Hey everyone. Today I wanted to do a different video for you guys. I wanted to really go over some of the things that I've learned while I've been playing Siege. So this video today is just about 5 tips for beginners in Siege. So number one for beginners is to learn the core mechanics of the game in Situations and Terrorist Hunt first. And I actually have a fun story to go along with this. When I was playing a casual match, there was a level 4, and he was the last one left after I died, and he just did not know how to defuse the bomb. And he was just stuck, and he just started shooting the bomb instead of finding the diffuser, and we lost the round because of that. So really, it's really important for people to learn, and all the new people to learn all of the different mechanics of the game, from defusal to rescuing the hostage to using your middle click ability, and all of those things really will help make you a better Siege player. So that's the first tip. And secondly, really need to utilize corners to your advantage. This is not Call of Duty, and this is not Overwatch. This is not any other FPS really that you've ever played. So you really need to utilize corners. Don't stand in the middle of rooms and expect to survive, because literally you can be killed from any angle there. So really use corners to your advantage, and you will see that you will live a lot longer and you will die a lot less if you use corners. Number three is to start off with a lot of the easier operators in the game. So some ops that I would recommend are Sledge and Thatcher on attack, and Rook and Doc on defense, as well as Jaeger on defense. And the reason for Sledge and Thatcher is their abilities are very easy. Sledge with his sledgehammer and Thatcher with his EMP grenades, and at the same time you are contributing to your team. So Thatcher's actually one of the characters that I don't see is picked quite a lot. So really using him and helping your team out is really great to get rid of all those electronics like bandits and Jaegers, ADS systems. And for defense, really Rook and Jaeger are really important because their ability is passive. So you put it down at the beginning of the match, and even if you die, you won't, like, your ability is still there, and you won't be a detriment to your team. So putting your Rook armor at the beginning and putting your ADSs down at the beginning will help your team even if you die early in the round. Along with that, Rook and Jaeger have really good guns, along with Doc. Jaeger's gun is really good, and Rook and Doc have ACOGs on their guns, so it's a lot easier to aim and shoot if you're a new player. So I would definitely recommend using those 3 ops on defense. Speaking of operators, please don't play crutch ops. Crutch ops I would classify as any operator that doesn't really help you learn the game. It instead actually hinders your ability to learn the game. So basically they help you in a certain way that actually doesn't help you learn the game. It's really hard to explain, but for examples include Glaz, which is the thermal scope, and if you start using the thermal scope, you will start expecting everyone to look like the sun basically in your scope. And if you switch to any other operator, you won't be able to have that advantage, and you will start doing worse. Another example is Blackbeard, and you will start to expect peeking to be easy, but with any other operator besides Blackbeard, it's not going to be easy. So really start thinking about what you're going to do with that. Another crutch op would be Blitz, and you just flash people and then you get easy kills. But in any other gunfight with any other operator, it's not that easy. So really avoid using crutches because they will not help you learn the game. My last tip is to just utilize cams and drones. This is something that I don't use a lot, and I acknowledge that, and I'm working on it, but really learning to use cams and drones will really help you avoid dying, and will really ultimately help your team as well. So yeah, one final thing is just to keep practicing. I know Siege is a really difficult game, and it has a really steep learning curve, but don't give up on it. Once you start to really get into the rhythm, it's probably one of the most fun games you'll ever experience. So yeah, I hope these tips helped, and if anyone else has any really good suggestions for new players to learn, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I hope to see you guys next time.